Thank you so much for making it down here, especially because, as we know, as we speak, Toronto, February, it's cold out there, man. How have you been able to deal with the cold weather? I know the music you got is keeping people warm, but how are you dealing with the cold weather?
Hibernation, Just staying in the house, man, what I mean? Staying warm, make sure I just warm, Hot chocolate, coffee, tea, soup.
That's the secret. That's it.
Yeah, that's my secret.
Wow.
Stay away from the cold.
There you go. But staying away from the cold for a lot of people could be, like I said, listening to your music. As we speak, this is the day before Valentine's Day, so this is one to keep, the bodies warm together and everything else. Before we get into anything else, though, man, how are you going to plan on celebrating Valentine's Day?
Just with my family, my small family. I have a little daughter, I'm saying, and my wife, my lady. We're not officially married yet, but yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we're going to spend family like that, at home. I like cooking, so maybe just do some cooking, and yeah. We plan to maybe go out for a little movie, a little family movie with a little one.
You have time to have a beautiful family, keeping them together, and still be able to make great music. How do you coordinate all of this? It's hard for people just to be on their own and try to be on the level that you are.
Well, when you're serious about what you want to do in life, I'm saying, you find time to make things happen, you know what I mean? So it's just like I create a lot of plan B to make plan A work.
Well, it definitely works. Congratulations on the new music. I want to talk about that in a second, though, but I want to talk about how you got into this, because being able to mix in with the island beats, with today's hip-hop sound to the old school soul, it's not an easy thing to be able to come up with that chemistry and not have it blow up in your face, man. You are able to make it so that we could all share into the love.
Yeah, I think that just comes from just years of molding my craft, putting my music together from Jamaica to New York to just traveling all around and, developing my style, mastering my craft and practicing. And yeah, this is what it become today, Reggae-Soul-Hop, me fusing different genre with reggae music, and yeah, it's working out. And to be honest, I've been doing it for a very long time before actually the music become like the climate it is right now, the frequency where everyone is fusing reggae with different genres. It's been my style. When they were saying that's crossover music. So for me today, it's like nothing, it's more easy, so I just make it happen, you know what I mean?
But I want to still go back. Tell me about you being young, what you were doing, what you were listening to, and what were the influences going on around you?
I think I love Jimmy Cliff actually, I like a lot of the original music as far as the, Jimmy Cliff, the Toots and the Maytals.
And I'm going to stop you there, and sorry for doing that, but when you talk about Jimmy Cliff was kind of doing back then what you're doing now.
Exactly. He's not just a reggae artist, he's kind of a folky kind of way too, So that's exactly my intention, to explore the same way Jimmy Cliff was exploring the genre and trying to just take it different way and make it international music, but with the whole reggae feel and the culture and the inspiration and all the rest of stuff involved in it. So yeah, it's...
And I interrupted you, but some of the other names that you were listening to.
Toots, Toots is to me, is like a reggae rock star, I'm sure Bob Marley, everyone say. I also like this artist named Pinchers, and, I listen to every kind of music. I love Slick Rick, it goes on, Roberta Flack, it's really weird the style of music I listen to.
I wouldn't call it weird, because I think if you separate the beats, all these people that you talked about were great storytellers. Was that something that you started to develop also, with not just making great music, but also to be able to tell great and inspiring stories?
Yeah, it's about me trying to find a way to connect with it, and I never even looked at it like that, but as you mentioned it, I'm thinking, yeah, a lot of those guys were a storyteller. I like to actually get across to the audience with, the substance in the music. So if the substance comes out like a story, then yeah, that's fine, That's basically my mission. Yeah.
When did you know, though, at some point in time, that your mission was to be part of this industry? Not all of us can do this.
I think my whole life, I feel like I was born this way to go on this way. You know what I mean? This always been like my calling, and but even though when whatever your calling is, you still gotta like work on your craft, master it, and do whatever it is to bring it up so you can actually start executing and establish yourself as an artist. So you know what I mean? This is my thing. This is my purpose.
Part of that purpose, though, was you've shared the stage and opened up for a lot of international stars. If you can talk about, give me some of those names, please.
It goes on and on. Like one of them that's at the top of the list that I don't really like trying to focus on. So
Just focus on it and brag about it. This is your camera. Brag all you want.
yeah, well, I've opened up for Tupac. I've been on the same stage with like Scarface, Snoop, Sean Paul, Shabba Ranks. The list goes on. Barrington Levy, you know, a lot of artists, you know.
You know, I know a lot of artists who would kill to be able to be part of all this. What have they told you about your music that they said, you know what, you got to be on the stage with me. You got to open up. You got to share. Well, yeah. What do they say, and what do you think it is that what is that little flicker that you think that captures their ear?
I don't think it's the way the situation actually manifests for those shows that I actually did with most of those artists. It was like I end up in a situation where for the Tupac show, it was a DJ who brought me to a show the week before I performed. They liked what I did, and they asked me to be on the Tupac show. So being at the show, we didn't actually get to meet Tupac or anything because it was just such a chaos, and no one was thinking, oh wow, you know, this guy gonna die a couple months later or anything. So you know what I mean? So it wasn't, oh, yeah, I have to meet him or anything like that, you know what I mean?
But there's still that command of respect to say you have to be part of this.
Yes, and I just kind of keep that memory and that moment, you know, close to me and knowing that, hey, I was a part of something great, you know what I mean? And more great things to come, so.
Well, part of those great things to come now is what we talked about earlier. You have new music going on right now.
Yes, sir. I got a lot of new music coming out, a full-length album I just finished. We just released like the fourth song from the album, which is Celebrate. We had two other songs that were featured on Kim's Convenient on the premiere episode. I also almost got the theme song for that show too. So
CBC has really shown a lot of love to you with your music.
yeah, you know, for the hard work I'm putting in.
And talk about what the album is called, and what is the latest single from that album.
The album is called Country Boy Kingston, and it's basically someone leaving from the country going to the city to make it, and you know what I mean, and it's just my story, you know what I mean. I put it in, something, I bottled it up together and given it to the world. The latest single is called Celebrate, which is based on telling everyone celebrate while we're alive and not just, you know what I mean, make life pass us by and not capture the moments and really be present, you know.
And do you think that's a problem? I mean, right now, everybody is so scared on what's going on in the world. Every time you turn on CNN, you know, they're counting down the clock, you know. Yeah, right. And then you see a lot of people, young folks, definitely, who look through life through their phones and through their Instagram and through. Is a song like this is to remind people that, hey, it's not through the camera, it's not through the television, it's the people who are in front of it.
Yes, and that's exactly what the song is really trying to tell everyone. Just really like be present, you know what I mean? Because you don't know about your next breath, you know what I mean? When you know we're breathing now, but you know something could just happen. So to each of your family, your friends, tell them you love them, tell them you care about them, you know what I mean? Show the love while we're alive, and not just when someone passes away you want to like dress up and go to a funeral and have a good time. Just do it while we're in the moment, you know what I mean?
Well, this moment needs to know, when are you going to be touring around the city? When are you going to tour around the province, country? When are we going to get a chance to see you and hear this music Live?
Starting April 20th, will be the first show we'll be doing at Revival, and that's called the Diversity Fest, and I'm one of the headliners on the show. And from that, we're planning to do a 2020 tour, maybe in 2020 as the times build up. But I'll be running around the country and the city and around the world, spreading the love, you know, the music and, you know, and my vibe.
Can you spread some inspirational words for folks who want to follow their dream, what you're doing right now? What advice can you give them so they don't live in the darkness, but hopefully live in the light?
I would also like to tell the world, be a good self, you know what I mean? Make gratitude your attitude, and blessings and salad dressings straight your house.
There you go. Website, Twitter, social media. Where do you go to follow?
It's all Melodic Yoza, or wherever social media link. It's MELODICYOZA, MELODICYOZA. You can find me online. Google the name, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, Facebook, and so on and so forth. Instagram. And Yoza.
There you go. My friend, thank you so much for the interview. Cannot wait to see what's going to happen with you in 2018. Make sure you send me tickets to the show, man.
You're there, bro. Don't even worry about it. Back seat and all of that. You know, I'm just a backstage pass.
There you go. My friend, thank you so much.
Gratitude, mate. Thank you so much. Rudy Blair. Blessings.